Okay, so we just got back from a little family vacation to California, and I wanted to do another gear video because I tweaked things a little bit like I said I would after the cruise, wherein I put all my clothes and everything in a carry-on suitcase, and I put all the survival gear in a backpack and just had that. So if I needed to leave the case behind, at least I still had the backpack full of stuff. So we'll go through that, and hopefully you guys get something out of that. So we'll start with the EDC. Notebook, billfold, flashlight, tactical pen, and lighter. Nobody had any issues with anything on this trip at all. This is a coin purse that I use as a sap because why not? Nobody questioned it. Nobody had any issues with it. It's a great option. All right, so back to the jacket again. A couple little things of pseudo cream. Some gloves that I picked up when we were down there. A toque. And that's it for that pocket. The other pocket. Little PSK minus the blade that usually goes in it. And the EDC also has a Leatherman Swiss Army knife that go as part of it, but obviously I couldn't take those on the plane. These are my keys with a bunch of useful tools. This one had the blade taken out because I broke it off. So it actually doesn't have a blade, so security has no issue with it, and nobody even flagged it or pulled it out. Headphones and a little clip-on reading light. RX bars, something I picked up down there, and I really like them. That was Millennium bars. Couple more RX bars and a little thing of honey. Passports and boarding passes. That's a bottle hanger for the canteen set that I'm going to show you in a minute. And a smoke hood that I normally keep in my EDC, but I threw it in here because why not? And that's pretty much it. Oh, this is an Exotac fire sleeve with a full-size Bic lighter in it. Really good. They're a little pricey now. When I got this, it wasn't as expensive as they are now, but keeps the lighter totally waterproof. And then the only other thing that's in here are the sleeves for the jacket. So, that's that. All right. Yeti, don't leave home without it. So, first, this is the backpack. This is an Eagle Creek. I can't remember what it's called. It's a 33-liter bag or 35-liter bag. Works really, really well for this application. So, that is my GPS. That is a backup GPS. Another one of those clip-on reading lights, because the kids like them too. A couple double A's, a couple more double A's, which power this thing. And Uberleben, I think it's called. You can start this with a spark. It's just jute twine, but you can manage it by retracting or otherwise through the little tube. So kind of a handy little survival item to keep. I took some oatmeal because the kids eat it and they don't really like the Millennium bars, so my wife and I can have those. They can have this. That's some electrolyte powder, a little bit of cinnamon to make the oats taste better. More RX bars and some Millennium bars. And one of those things. And we had some Lara bars as well, but the kids got into those during the trip, which was the whole reason we had them anyway, so that's fine. Battery bank. Small sewing kit. Watch. Headlamp. This is a night core. I can't remember which one it is. Super bright. Battery lasts really, really long, and it is rechargeable with a micro USB cable. Takes an 18650 battery and goes for ages and ages. Cigarette lighter adapter for the rental car. Robax and Advil because I had wrecked my back a couple days before. Happy to say that sorted itself out on the trip. Charging cables that plug into this. Micro USB charging cable for the headlamp and a battery pack. Some tons, and that is that. Now, we'll get into the, let's do this one quick. A couple interesting things in here. Well, one interesting thing. This is my hat, obviously. My favorite hat. Good for summer. This is a 3A body panel. Fits nicely into the backpack. Premier Body Armor is where I bought that. It's light, and it is better than not having anything. So I highly recommend picking one of those up. I don't think it was much, a couple $100 maybe, but something that I tend to make sure that I've got in my bag. This is the Maxpedition, what do they call this? Daily Essentials pouch with some paratinder daisy chained into a strap. Holds my binoculars really nicely and works really well for an EDC while I was on the trip. And then I don't have to carry everything in my pockets. Venture Medical Kits, ultralight 0.7, but this has been modified severely with a lot of extra stuff, tube of polysporin, syringe for irrigation, a bunch of other stuff, trauma shears, things like that. Sunglasses. This is a little water kit consisting of Mini, back flush syringe to keep it clean, the tube that goes with it, so you can either screw this onto a bottle with the tube on it and then just use it as a life straw, or you can screw this onto this, which is an MSR Drum Light, and I believe this is a 4-liter one. You can just screw it on there, put your dirty water in the bag, and now you've got clean filtered water coming out there. This is a small little medical kit that I usually keep in my EDC bag. This one happens to have all the meds in it, which it's got some gloves, but that's just a little bag of meds. It's got Gravol, Tylenol 3s, Advil, Benadryl, which my wife ended up using because she got stung by a bee, some Robax, a bunch of other things. Good thing to have. Got some Band-Aids on the top end there, and some bandages as well. There's one compressed bandage, 2 triangulars, vacuum packed so they're nice and small, and some crazy glue. And then those are hydrocortisone cream. This is a little survival kit. Usually there is a Swiss Army knife that lives in the top of this, but it is not in here, obviously, because it was in the check bag. You can find this on video number 28, I believe it was. It was a part 2 of 2, following a trip a few years ago. So if you want to see what's in that, you can watch that video. This is a little all perils kit, my buddy and I called it, and this one I've added a Silcock key to it because why not, but lighter, Tide pen, Sharpie, glasses cleaner, glasses cloth, miniature sewing kit, more crazy glue, some wet wipes, industrial strength garbage bag, some duct tape. I used that a whole bunch on the trip, and some bank line, number 36 bank line. So a couple other little things, some safety pins. Just a really good handy little kit, and we used it a surprising amount on this trip. Not sure why, but that's just the way things went. That's my little shortwave radio. That is the Texan PL330. I've got two SOL survival ponchos, both of them with a lighter and some Spectra line. So this stuff has an even higher test than that bank line does. I don't remember what it is. I want to say 400 pounds, but I can't quite recall. And there's another bit of it in there. A little lighter in that one. Sunto MC2 Global compass, and this is my little sewing kit. Got some more duct tape, got some Dacron thread and a couple of heavy-duty needles, and then it's also got some really thin gauge paracord that you could use for stitching straps and things that you may not want to use the Dacron for. Here's one of those wayward lever bars. And the last thing that's in here is a canteen kit. So this is the Pathfinder. I carry with it 30 of the Katadyn micro pure tabs, 1 liter per tablet. That is the bottle hanger for this thing. There's the canteen itself, the Batwing cup, and the stove. And then at the very bottom is the lid for the cup. And that was it. That gave me lots of comfort. Anything that we needed was there. And all of the stuff that I didn't need was in my suitcase, and I could very easily leave that behind anywhere without too much trouble. So that's it. Hopefully that helps, guys. Throw your questions in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.